long enough.
We got a whole bunch of pictures.
And nothing may matter more.
We got so many.
Than just remembering.
Well, that's what we got left, memories. We don't have too much of a future, but we got a lot of good memories.
And after 67 years side by side,
yeah,
Mary and George Freeman can still picture how they fell in love.
yeah.
Date nights and a first kiss.
Was that the back seat?
Oh, George, don't be funny.
I think maybe right in front of the Avalon.
The theater in their retirement home is only a reminder.
We used to go to the movie together and we'd kind of neck a little bit, you know how that is. You know?
All right, George.
The actual Avalon in uptown Marysville shows what it's like to be forgotten.
It was beautiful when it first opened.
The Avalon first opened in 1936. A grand opening so grand, the small city paper celebrated it on each and every page.
I could remember the crowds.
Lines clear up to the square, but that was before TV.
Decades later, thinning crowds ended an era. The theater reopened, got remodeled, but never recaptured moviegoers' attention the same way. It closed a final time 8 years ago.
It's run down quite a bit. It takes quite a bit of money to fix
it up, I suppose.
About $2.7 million.
He would know.
Yes.
Dennis Schultz.
Not billion. Million.
Is managing the efforts of a new nonprofit to help the community remember.
Actually, I'm more the producer. Liz Mosser would be the director.
It's been a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot more work.
Their group now owns the theater.
I hope that you've got a flashlight on that because it gets dark back here.
And they've spent the past year.
This is the main theater.
Planning a major renovation.
We've done the hazardous material assessment.
We had to get a structural survey done.
We've hired architects.
Organizers have reached the point where they think they know what the revived theater will look like. The new take is a throwback to the good old days.
The point is, this is a historic building in our uptown that we want to save.
And it won't just be a movie theater. A stage and community space are planned as a way to try to keep people flocking uptown. A $300,000 state grant and more money, Schultz says, is ready.
Look at this one.
The Avalon could get a new grand opening in as soon as a year.
That might bring back Marysville.
And 87-year-old George Freeman, along with 88-year-old Mary, would sure love a date night.
Well, we might make it.
Some memories, they agree, deserve a sequel.
I hope people would go back to it.
Mike McCarthy, ABC 6 News.
You make me laugh.
Relationships often shape our lives.
Yeah.
But Hilliard teacher Nikki Landon often thinks
how lucky I am to still be here.
Of the one bond.
Thanks to my sister.
That likely saved hers.
I'm just really glad I was there.
The sisters were at the Morgan House over the summer.
June 27th was a Tuesday.
It was lunchtime. Nikki, her sister Angie Granchi, and their mom were sharing dessert.
Nikki looked at me and she goes, "I'm feeling lightheaded." And I just kind of looked at her and then her head hit the plate. I remember yelling at my mom to call 911.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
What's the address? Morgan House. My daughter's having a seizure.
You really just don't see this very often.
Sam Soteriadis.
I didn't think that she was going to make it.
Sarah Hostetler.
In a run like that.
And Bob Mercer.
Things typically don't go this well.
Were among the Washington Township paramedics who responded as the calls
Hello, 911.
kept coming.
We have somebody in our restaurant that is passing away.
I pulled her to the floor and started CPR.
Her sister, a healthy 36-year-old mom of 2 kids, was in cardiac arrest.
She was unresponsive.
Someone from the kitchen did come out and was checking her pulse.
So I shook my head, and, there isn't one.
He's Josh Drum.
And then I did one round of breaths.
He's a chef.
Right after that, I believe it was her sister who took over.
It was either I do it or the unthinkable.
5300 Glick Road, CPR in progress.
EMS records show paramedics arrived.
Early CPR will get some blood moving.
After more than 8 minutes. And Angie says not for a second did she give up.
Like I always tell my kids, you're not allowed to say I can't.
It's very important.
I started kind of like, oh my gosh, what if, I was trained like 3 years ago. I don't know if I'm even doing this right.
We would bring her back and then lose her, bring her back and lose her.
Yeah. I think they had lost me, I believe, at least three different times. I think it was the next shift, maybe. We got word that she was still alive, and it was like, what?
Nikki Landon spent roughly the next 3 weeks in a hospital bed. She had to relearn how to walk, how to eat, and even her doctors called her full recovery
So they
remarkable.
just kept calling me a little miracle because they still don't know why it happened or really how I recovered so quickly.
She's very lucky. There's probably a critical 4 minutes or so that if patients do not get effective CPR, that there begins to be a greater chance of irreversible brain damage.
Dr. Eugene Fu gave one explanation.
Her sister absolutely did the right thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to go the speed faster today.
Weekly therapy has helped re-strengthen her heart.
Set a personal record for the elliptical.
Rest.
Tired.
Assured.
I did.
Somewhere, her sister knew.
On your watch?
We both have, they got me an Apple Watch for my birthday, so my sister tracks what I do and how many steps I take and when I work out.
Angie's never really far.
Take a look at the directions.
Both sisters teach in the same district. They live
Well, it's like having a permanent best friend.
in the same neighborhood.
At least I know I can take her anywhere with me. She'll help me.
The recipe for their relationship calls for 2 tough cookies.
We've always had an incredible bond, but I feel like that's even closer now.
Mike McCarthy. Good day, Columbus.
I think.
So much of life depends on where we invest in it. What counts?
Thank you.
Or for 29-year-old Jessie Steinmetz, who?
My mom and my dad and my sister.
Remember that.
I live with my mom and dad.
Her mom didn't want to do this interview thing.
No.
But a new chance for her daughter was worth it.
Yes, I am very proud of her.
For the last 7 years, Jessie has worked at UCO Industries in Union County. It's a nonprofit specializing in packaging and opportunities.
So we employ about 130 people, and over 70 of those are adults with developmental disabilities.
My favorite part about working here is earning a paycheck.
We adopted Jessie, and early on, she was told she couldn't do anything.
So this job, Jessie's mom says, has given her daughter a sense of accomplishment, but with a cost.
Because I like to burn a hole in my pocket.
There were lessons in budgeting and also restrictions from packaged government benefits.
You're limited on how much money you can actually keep.
Accumulate too much money.
When you are receiving support through Social Security or through Medicaid, you can't have more than $2,000 saved.
That UCO CEO Dave Amrine says limited how he could invest in employees. At least it used to.
The introduction of the stable accounts solves a long-standing problem in our country.
We call it stable because it's the state treasurer ABLE program.
Think of it like a piggy bank. The stable program allows disabled workers or relatives to invest money tax-free for qualifying expenses like housing or school. Thousands more can be saved, up to $14,000 a year without affecting other government benefits.
I thought it was amazing.
Not just for the chance to really save, but also for who stands ready to contribute.
January 1, we begin contributing 4% into either our employees' 401k account if they choose, or into the stable account if they choose.
It's really groundbreaking.
State Treasurer Josh Mandel says UCO Industries is the first company in the country to roll out what amount to retirement accounts for disabled workers.
They're pioneering what they're doing here, and I'm hopeful that they'll set the example.
Just like us, we're able to save for our future and our retirements. This gives her the opportunity to do that.
Wow.
And even if workers like Jesse don't put in their own money,
It is so gratifying.
Dave Amrine says UCO will.
I'm vested in the success of our employees.
I feel
Remember now
happy.
how Jessie values her family. She hopes to one day move from her parents' house, but build her own next door, along with reaching one more family destination.
Go to Disney World first.
Life may come down to where we invest. Jessie's employer hopes to show that good can come when our investment is in others. Mike McCarthy, Good Day Columbus.